What up, y'all? It's your boy Martine, aka the Boxing Purist. Welcome once again to the Truth and Absolute channel, where I speak the truth in non-biased fashion and nothing but the truth, so help me, good God Almighty. All right, y'all, now the buzz is still going on, guys. The buzz is still going on. I don't know what they put in this weekend with that fight, but I don't know about you guys. I'm still kind of in awe. A lot of people are still in awe. Why are we in awe? Right? Especially if we pick Terrence Crawford to win. Why are we in awe over it? He won. This is the thing, y'all. And I said it earlier. You know what? Before I get into all the boxing chatter, before we start talking boxing, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here a few times and haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, hit the unlike button, drop a comment down below. I'm trying to build this channel. I'm trying to build relationships with y'all. Listen, if you're a true boxing fan, then you know this. It is very hard to talk boxing to people. It's very easy to talk casual boxing to people when you talk about big names, right? It's real easy to talk about that, but to actually talk about the boxing as the sport of boxing and what each fighter brings to each sport or to the sport, how they compare, how matchups clash, it's so rare to find someone like that. I probably know one, possibly two people that I could talk legit boxing without, the bias getting into it. So I try to find it with you guys, and a lot of you guys do like talking boxing. I love it. Anyway, let's get into the video. So, again, I was surprised from the fight. I made a prediction video for the fight. I picked Terrence to win. I just did not expect a beatdown. I did not expect a beatdown, right? One of you guys commented on the last video that poor Spence. Hey, and big ups to Spence. Yo, it's not easy to take a beating like that. It's not easy to take your first loss, especially after everything that he's given to the sport and he's been through. So prayers for Spence and his family. I know he's probably going through a tough time. Anyway, this dude, you commented on the last one talking about he looked like Martin Lawrence in his show after Tommy the Hitman Hearns was there. If you guys are familiar with the show, you know exactly what he's talking about. And he kind of did, man. It was a brutal beatdown. It was crazy. The fight did not go as expected. And a lot of people are still saying that. I'm still saying that. You know, I was talking to my boy at work. He wasn't there on Sunday, and he's like, what happened? You know, he's a big Spence guy, so right away he's like, Spence is tougher than that. Spence came out looking sleepy, and I'm like, dog, when someone's able to take your best punch away from you, when somebody's able to mentally get inside your head, when somebody is able to just put you in the most uncomfortable situation where you have to go into panic mode to dig yourself out. And what I mean by that, I'm referring to the looping shots that Spence was throwing, he couldn't do nothing inside that ring. Terrence Crawford is a special fighter. And y'all, did y'all see Terrence Crawford? There's a lot of videos out. Like, who does that? Like, greatness, right? How are you trash talking Jermell Charlo on the side when you just dropped Spence, telling him he's next, but you're still in that fight? Anybody else would be like, Terrence, keep your mind on the fight. Keep your mind on the fight. Terrence was like, you see what I just did to Spence? I'm going to do to you, Charlo. And then Charlo, I'm like, what are you yelling, Charlo? Like, dog, you got a fight coming up. I hope you're not even thinking about Terrence Crawford. You got a big test coming up. So Terrence is special, we gotta say. So anyway, I know a lot of you guys already saw it. One, Boots is like, yo, Crawford, let's mix it up, which we kind of expected that. We knew Jerron Ellis was gonna call Crawford out after this. What I didn't expect is Mr. Pop Goes the Weasel, Kieth One-Time Thurman. I thought the Pop Goes the Weasel thing was just funny, y'all. I don't got nothing against Kieth Thurman when he was fighting way back. It's not that far back. Y'all know what I mean. He was one-time Kieth Thurman, man. He was a monster in that ring. After the Pac-Man fight, I don't feel like he was ever the same. My thing is like, Keith, where the hell does Kieth Thurman come out of nowhere talking about Terrence Crawford? Let's mix it up. I'm not Spence, this and that. You know what I thought about right away? I thought about, what was it, a year ago when the game came out of nowhere and he made a diss track to Eminem, waiting and hoping for a response. This kind of hits me the same way, and it's so funny. Eminem walked Terrence Crawford out for the fight. I'm just thinking like, yo, Keith, what in the hell makes you think that Bud is going to fight you? Like, what makes you think that? Like, what is this? It's like, it's like not going to work for a year or two, right? Missing 2 years of work, walking in talking about, yo, am I getting the ultimate promotion? How the hell are you gonna sit around for this long? Come back, talk about, yo, Bud, let's do it. Like, what in the... I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance against Bud, okay? And I'll be real with y'all. I'm not saying Kieth Thurman is a better fighter than Errol Spence Jr. Stylistically, though, the fight wouldn't go how this fight went between Bud and Errol Spence. This would probably go the distance. It'd be a whole different fight, though. Spence, Spence's style played right into Bud's style. Kieth Thurman, I would like to say, has a little bit more tricks in the bag. Not enough to beat Bud. I think Bud still gets him, whoops him, but it'd be a different fight. But I'm not talking about chances here. I'm just talking about, dog, what makes you think? What makes one-time Kieth Thurman think that he deserves a fight with Terrence Crawford right now? Right? Like, how do you even, like, what are you talking about? Anyway, I thought that was funny. I thought that was comical. I hope Terrence Crawford doesn't respond to it, doesn't send a tweet back, doesn't send a thumbs up, a thumbs down, none of it. Just leave it as is. The next question, though, where does Bud go from here? Now, right away, they're talking about the rematch. Spence is already, he didn't make excuses directly, but a few times he said, I hope we can make the rematch at 154. If I'm Terrence Crawford, why would you go to 54? Spence has never fought anywhere else than 147, so he should be good there. And it's like, Terrence Crawford, why give him an advantage? The outcome will be the same. I'll be real with y'all. The outcome will be exactly the same. That wasn't the issue. But where does he go from here? In my opinion, we don't even need a rematch to Bud and Spence. There's nothing in that fight that said rematch. The only thing that's going to happen, it's going to be exactly what happened the first time around. Y'all remember years ago when Sugar Shane Mosley fought Fernando Vargas? It was a rematch that time, and then the next fight, Mosley destroyed Vargas like in 6 rounds. Differences in that fight, Vargas was actually doing a little bit better than Mosley before his eye got messed up, right? It was deserving of that. Or Vernon Forrest versus Mosley. Sometimes there's just no rematch needed. And this one, in my personal opinion, why would Spence want to do it again? His ego, his pride, I get it. I'm a grown man, I get it. But at some point, you got to be like, yo, is it really worth it? Just take your loss, dog. Forget about the rematch and move on. Personally, that same night, I'm like, Bud needs to go to 154 and fight Tim Tszyu for right now. I would love to see Bud fight Tim Tszyu right now. Because I'll tell you right now, the only one from damn 47 to 60 that's beating Bud is Father Time. No one's going to beat Bud. No one is beating Bud. I get it. People have, puncher's chances. No one is beating Terrence Bud Crawford unless it's Father Time. No one or nothing else is going to accomplish that. You know what I'm saying? I think Tim Tszyu would be great. And then seeing the outcome of Canelo, Charlo, then you can make that fight happen. Charlo and Bud, that would be interesting. I would like to see that one. And this is the advantage to that fight. Charlo is moving up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo. In other words, I don't think his belts are on the line. I don't think his belts at 54 are on the line, right? So win, lose, or draw, it doesn't affect it. A fight with Bud is still a big seller. And I mean, it's already pre-sold. They've been having beef back and forth in the past couple of years. I don't want to call it beef. They trash talk. Terrence Crawford is over there knocking down Spence and talking about you're next while they're at the fight. That's one that I would like to see. But, I mean, as of right now, Bud, man, it's special, man. It makes you think all those years that, he was with Bob Arum. He didn't have too much opportunity, but, the talent was obviously there. We've been calling Bud special for years. He solidified that. That man is special. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about Kieth Thurman calling out Bud Crawford. Let me know what you guys think Bud should do next. Should he pursue a rematch with Errol Spence Jr., or should they just let that be the chapter, close, move on, life goes on? Do y'all think that Kieth Thurman should get a shot at any of these top guys? I like Kieth. It just, again, how you going to rest for this long, all of a sudden come out and call out names? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let's talk boxing. Much love, y'all. God bless. Peace.